Hello, everybody. What is up? It is me back again. And it is Sunday night, December 1st, 2019 at um 11 o'clock at night right now. And basically, this is going to be a different type of video that I'm going to do on my channel. I wouldn't really consider this to be a rant. Well, maybe. I'll just have to see, as the video goes on, to see if there is any complaining or if I am mad. I'll just have to see once I'm done with this video. Yeah, and this is a video I have been wanting to do for quite some time now, but I just never got around to doing it, and now I'm finally doing it after so long. And this is a Christmas-related, video. Since, it's Christmas month now, and it's just about time for the holidays, to where I talk about, a Christmas-related character. And, the made-up guy who I am going to be talking about is, of course, Santa Claus. Yeah. I'm pretty sure all of us know who Santa Claus is. But, just in case, you're living under a rock and you have never been taught by your parents or any other guardian you have to believe in him, basically, Santa Claus is just a jolly old man who has a hat on and is dressed up in a suit and who's overweight, who, flies in a sleigh with the presents in the back of it and, reindeers, including Rudolph, moving the sleigh for him to, go down the chimney, give presents to all of the kids, who have been good the entire year all over the world by putting them under the tree. And, the parents will basically, leave out some cookies and milk for, Santa to eat and drink. Like, before he leaves or whatever to go to the next house. And if there has been some kids who have been bad the entire year, what Santa will do is he will give them coal, is what I meant to say. Sorry that I'm adding this clip in here. It's because, when I did the video without taking any breaks, I basically filmed for like 31 minutes nonstop, and around the 3-minute or 4-minute mark when I mentioned bad kids getting coal for Christmas, when I was explaining to people who Santa Claus is and what he does, when I mentioned coal, what he gives to kids if they've been bad, I accidentally pronounced it as cold instead of coal. Which makes no sense, I actually meant to say coal. That happens to me sometimes where, when I say an actual word for something. Actually, when I'm about to say the actual word for whatever I'm talking about, and once I say it, I don't end up saying it. I ended up, or end up, saying a totally different word for a different topic or thing, whatever you want to call it, in the video. And when I pronounced it as cold, I didn't even realize that until, after I was done with the video and went to that one certain part. So yeah, sorry about that. I just, added this clip right now to correct myself for people to, get what I meant to say. So yeah, that's basically Senna for you. Now, if you're like a teenager or an adult and, you still believe in the concept and the existence of Santa Claus, well then, that's fine, you know. You can believe in him all you want for fun. I have, nothing against you for that. But, the problem I have is when, parents always lie to their kids' faces, making them believe that, Santa Claus flies around the world in a sleigh, with reindeers and Rudolph going to houses, going down the chimney and giving presents to kids. When, years later, when they become a teenager or an adult, they will find out the actual truth that Santa Claus isn't real. Either their parents or their guardians will tell him or her that he doesn't exist, or maybe, they will just find out on their own. I found out Santa Claus was not real when I was like 11 years old, back in like December of 2012, I believe. It was 3 days before Christmas of that year, like on the 22nd. I remember it was like around 8 o'clock in the morning, and I just woke up from, my nap. And my mom came in my room and asked me if I could come into the living room with them. And so I got up out of bed and I walked to the living room with her, and I sat on the couch since she asked me if I could sit down, and I sat down like she asked me to. And basically she broke the news to me that Santa Claus doesn't exist, and it has been her and Dad the whole time who have been giving me the presents that I thought Santa Claus gave me. For you kids out there, I hate to break this to you all, but the truth is Santa Claus does not exist. It's sad to say that, but it's the truth, Why even believe in something that doesn't even exist? Seriously, parents. Why, make your kids believe in a guy who doesn't exist? And also lie to them as well. when, they're going to be finding out when they get older that Santa Claus doesn't exist and that he was make-believe the whole time. Really. It's also kind of hypocritical too, These parents, you know, whenever they blame or accuse their kid of doing something that they didn't do when the parent, him or herself, did that one certain thing when they probably just forgot that they even did it. And so they think that their kid is lying or whatever. But guess what? Parents, y'all are lying to your kids and making them believe that, Santa Claus, the Tooth Fairy, and the Easter Bunny exist when they actually don't. They're just make-believe. I really do feel bad for the children when they find out that Santa Claus is not real, It makes them devastated since, they find out that, their parents have been lying to them the whole time, when they were a kid to make them, believe that if they're good, Santa Claus will come to their house, go down the chimney, and give them presents. But as they get older, they realize that he doesn't actually exist. Really. Now, you're never too old to basically believe in Santa Claus for fun. You can still dress up as Santa Claus and have fun with the kids, Basically, at a mall during Christmas time, there will be a Christmas tree and a chair sitting in front of the tree where some guy who dressed up as Santa will sit in that chair, and basically, there will be a line of kids who will, take turns to go sit in the guy's lap who dressed up as Santa, some damn stranger we don't even know, to, tell him what they want for Christmas. And since they have been brainwashed by their parents to make them believe that Santa Claus is real when he's not really, they will think that that's the real Santa Claus, when in reality, there's no Santa Claus at all. All Santa Claus is just a fictional character. And, kids overall will still get, some pretty cool presents, like, if, not if, their parents will still buy them presents, including some of their family members or friends, and not Santa, since he doesn't exist, like I said. They will get some cool ass shit, like, some toys, video games, books, and etc. But as you get older, like once you become a teenager and a adult, you will start to get boring ass shit that you would get any other day of the year besides Christmas. Like, you would get shit like clothes, shampoo, cologne, and etc. But Just because Santa Claus doesn't exist, that doesn't mean, the spirit and the imagination and magic of Christmas, is ruined. I mean, you could still sit down on the couch in your living room or lay in bed in your bedroom and, watch Christmas movies where, Santa Claus appears in them, and also some Christmas specials as well. You know? Yeah. You can still enjoy a holiday even though, someone who, gives out presents on a day like Christmas doesn't exist. You could still have fun and, you know, believe in him and do all of that other stuff if you wanted to. You could have fun, on Christmas period. Like you could go to David Buster's, play, some video games and have lunch or dinner there and buy yourself some stuff that you want with your own money if you have a job and you're getting paid really well. And don't always have to have someone give you presents, even though it is nice, though. Yeah. And also, not only that, there was even this one guy who, Santa Claus was based off of. I believe his name was, Saint Nicholas. Yeah, that's his name. He would also give presents to kids just like, Santa Claus was set to do. But the thing is, he has been dead for so long. Way before all of us were even born. He's not even immortal to Santa. Even though, he's the guy who, Santa Claus is based off of, he's still not the real Santa since there's no Santa at all, like I said. Yeah. At the same time, it makes no sense. I don't even get how kids think that Santa Claus can, go to every single house in each country all in one night and deliver the presents. It doesn't take one damn night to do all that shit. It actually takes like more than one day or maybe even years to do all that. And plus, someone would not be able to do all that for that long. They would probably give up after like the first 2 or 3 houses. They would get tired. They can't stay up all night to do that. You have to get some sleep. It's not good to get any sleep. Or else, you're going to be tired in the morning for wherever you have to go. And if you end up falling asleep and someone catches you, you could get in trouble for that. So you got to get some sleep. And also, it could be cold outside when, someone is doing that. Since, it's always normal for it to be cold, during Christmas time. And if they do that, they could end up getting sick. Like they could get pneumonia, bronchitis, the cold, the flu, hypothermia, etc., even a frostbite, and they could end up in the hospital and possibly dying from that. So you should be at home, in a warm bed under warm covers at nighttime during Christmas time when it's cold out. Yeah. Or else that will happen. And plus, I also don't get how they think that, Santa Claus can, fly his sleigh with, reindeers, including Rudolph, to move the sleigh for him. In reality, reindeers, they cannot fly. They can only walk. And if, they actually try to do that in real life, the reindeers, they could end up falling and hitting the ground and dying, and they would be dead. That's it, nothing else. So it wouldn't be a good idea to do that for that reason. And plus, another thing, I don't even get how, children think that Santa Claus can come down the chimney when the chimney is so fucking skinny and Santa Claus is so fat. And he's dressed up in that suit and has that hat on and has the bag of presents. And they think that he squeezes when he can't squeeze through the chimney. It's impossible for someone who is overweight to do stuff like that. And plus, if he actually tried to do that, he could get stuck in there. Due to how skinny the chimney is, his weight could trap him in there, and he wouldn't be able to get out of there. Unless, someone, gets a ladder, climbs up the roof, and gets him out of there. He could also, suffocate in there too and die. And also, if one of, the people who live in the house wake up in the middle of the night and they go in their living room to watch TV or whatever, and they turn on the fire to the fireplace to keep them warm in case, if it's freezing in their house, Santa Claus could catch on fire and he could burn to fucking ashes or crisp, and he would be gone. That's it. Like, this video tells you right here.
Ah! What the hell? I'm fucking stuck! Fucking motherfucker!
Yeah, that's something that cannot happen in real life. Only, in like cartoons and other shit that is made up and is just made for entertainment can happen in those. Yeah, you know what I mean. And plus, the lyrics to the song Santa Claus is Coming to Town are kind of creepy. Like, he knows when you are sleeping. He knows when you are awake. When you're awake, not awake. What the fuck am I saying? And he knows when you have been good or bad. So be good, for goodness sakes. Those lyrics could prove that, Santa Claus could be a pedophile or something. Where, if he actually did exist. He could sneak into the kid's room or whatever while they're sleeping and be really quiet to where he won't be loud, so he won't wake the child up, and he could molest them. And they won't feel anything since they're passed out. They're dreaming about something. And they won't know if he would actually do that unless, if they were awake while that would be happening, which, kids can't be awake, if Santa Claus did exist. They have to be asleep in order for, him to come. Since, parents brainwash their kids to make them can't speak well, to make them believe that, they have to go to bed early in order for, Santa Claus to come and put their presents under the tree. Basically giving them presents. Yeah. And plus, I don't even know how, Santa Claus can know how we have been the entire year. Even though there is no such thing as this, but, he can't even see us when we're sleeping. Since we're in the house, in our bedroom, asleep in our beds. And if he was outside, actually, all he would be able to see is the roof and the outside of the house. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And even though there's no such thing as this, what does he do if he can't know if we're awake or can't speak well, or asleep or not? Could he be invisible or something to check and make sure we're asleep in order for him to do that? Which, it's impossible. You can't turn yourself invisible in real life. Only in, cartoons you can do that. You have to go in the house and go to the room in order to know what they're doing. Or you could, peek through the window to see if they're asleep or not. But, they could have their blinds down and the curtains closed. So that means you can't know. Yeah. And plus, how does, Santa Claus watch us the whole time, Anything we do in our life, what? Is he gonna turn invisible even though you can't do that in real life, And, he would come into the bathroom, and while I'm taking a shower and I'm butt naked to where, he could see my dick and balls or my ass when, no one is supposed to be in the bathroom while I'm doing that. That is supposed to be, kept to myself, and people are I can't speak, and people are supposed to stay out of the bathroom while I do that. Yeah. Or is he gonna, watch me change clothes? Like when I need to wash, a shirt or whatever that's gotten dirty. And when I take off my pants and put a new pair on, since, the other pair need to be washed due to me getting into some dirty stuff, causing them to get dirty, and also changing my underwear. I don't want people watching me do shit like that. That is supposed to be private. And it would be embarrassing if someone actually watched me do that, They would probably make fun of me or whatever due to what they just saw me doing. that all of us do normally every single day of the year. Yeah, I want people to stay out of private stuff that I do like that and not catch me doing it. I only want that to be kept to myself. Yeah. And also, how do, not how do, but what I meant to say was, you know, of course, we have a fireplace in my house. It's right, in there in the living room. But, some fireplaces that these people have in their houses don't even have a chimney. Like, our fireplace doesn't have a chimney. So, how the hell is Santa Claus even gonna get in the house? If you don't have a chimney. I mean, he could go through the door, but he might not have a key. Since, he's not like a family member where they could, come to the house and visit, their family or whatever. And I doubt, the parents would secretly give him a key to the house while the kids are sleeping, waiting for him to come or whatever. He could just, be coming into the house delivering the presents and the door could be locked. Oh, well, that means Santa Claus cannot give you your gift, stupid children. Well, not all children are stupid. There are some children, I will admit, are cool, but some of them are just so damn annoying and are spoiled little brats. But not all of them, though, like I said. Yeah. I think that's really all I have left to say. I think I pretty much covered everything I wanted to say. Yeah, so that about does it for this video. And it's one thing to, believe in Santa Claus for fun, but when someone finds out, later on when they get older that Santa Claus doesn't really exist, it upsets them and breaks their heart to know that their parents lied to them the whole time. But you can still believe in him if you want to. That's totally up to you. You're just being yourself and believing in the things that you want to believe in for fun. Yeah, so see you all later. Goodbye and have a good one.